Since Atma or soul is a spiritual entity, therefore, for Atma or soul to remain happy, it needs spiritual environment or spiritual nature. But all of us who are living in this world are now have contacted material environment or material nature. Contacting material nature here means that we are getting the resultant action of birth, death, old age, disease, and whatever we get is everything is temporary. It remains for a short time and it is now goes out of your hand. But if you situate yourself back to your original spiritual nature, then you will get opposite of suffering, which is ananda, total enjoyment, and opposite of temporary nature, you will get all things available in a permanent form, which will stay with you forever. So the great spiritualists or gurus or pastors, they come and they ask you, hey, you are a spiritual being. Your habitat is spiritual environment, spiritual nature. You will be happy in this nature. And what are you doing here in the material nature, which is opposite of your real nature? Just like somebody is asking you, hey, you should be staying at your home. What are you doing in the jail here? How can you be happy in the jail? It is amazing that what you are doing in the jail. That is not your nature. So this is the same thing which has happened to us. We are spiritual beings. We should be happy in the spiritual nature, and we will be happy in the spiritual nature, but you are contacting material nature. So that is the greatest disadvantage we are facing here. Just because we have contacted this material nature, which is not our true nature, so this can be explained with one example. If somebody is holding a plastic apple, a plastic mango, and mistakenly thinks out of his illusion or out of his misconception, he thinks that that imitation apple or imitation pineapple will grant him the real enjoyment, the real taste. So this is the problem of all we are here in this world facing. We are holding on to something temporary, nature or imitation type of material, and we are thinking that these elements will grant me the satisfaction to the soul. This is technically called holding on to material enjoyment, temporary nature. Just like person in the jail mistakenly thinks that he will be able to get happiness there, because living in the jail, that is not your true nature. Similarly, living with this materialism environment, materialistic environment, temporary nature, that is not your real nature. Your real nature is the nature of spiritual environment or spiritual nature. So you have to disconnect yourself from this material nature and attach yourself to with spiritual nature. How this can happen? When you use this mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, this mantra will disconnect you from the temporary material nature, which is full of suffering, and will attach you to the supreme original happiness, blissful nature, and that is how you get true happiness, a life of freedom. Because now you are not free. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending will push you ahead. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending is not the nature of your soul. So if you cling on to material nature, this eating, sleeping, mating, defending will really push you, will really torment you, will really give you suffering. So how can you transform your consciousness from this temporary misconception to spiritual real nature by using this mantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, and this will transition your consciousness from materialism to spiritualism, and you'll be permanently happy. This is our experience. That's what we are saying. We are not reading and telling you. We are experiencing and then we are telling you. Just imagine your Sanatan Dharam is so clear, well defined, and in exact to the point. This knowledge is unchallengeable and is totally free from any magnitude or any type of doubt. This process is authentic and it will 100% will do the job. We are not recommending something dogma. It is substance and it is a real nature of Atma. Dear ladies and gentlemen, we have to work hard. Nothing comes so easy. Please chant 16 rounds of mala. That takes 2 hours and follow all 4 regulative principles. And by this way, this is the prescription. When doctor gives a prescription, you follow the prescription, you will get all right. Similarly, you have a material disease, you follow this prescription and you will be benefited at the end. Hare Krishna.